Mayor Adams was getting ready to make his annual State of the State address. And one of the new programs that he mentioned is kind of making a little bit of history and certainly stirring up a little bit of a buzz. The mayor officially declared social media use a health hazard for young people, making New York City the first city in the nation to do so. The challenge now is actually coming up with a plan that might make a difference in how many young people use social media.
Social media is a public health crisis, and it is a toxin, a digital toxin, in the same way that public health fights other kinds of toxins like tobacco, cigarettes, and environmental toxins. There is a public health playbook that we're going to put into play, and today's advisory is the beginning of that process by raising the alarm.
And that's the New York City Health Commissioner, Dr. Ashwin Vasan. He also happens, he says that this all coincides with some new safety updates by Meta. In particular, these are for Instagram.
Yeah, so Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. Instagram in particular is what a lot of the young people use. And these updates include turning off the teens' ability to receive direct messages, those DMs that you hear about from people they don't follow, right, or aren't connected to. So some random stranger can't just hit them up.
You don't want that
in the DM. Of course not. Also, currently adults over 19 can't DM teens who don't follow them, but now Meta says no one, regardless of their age, will be able to DM a teen who doesn't follow them by default.
Should have always been.
And finally, starting today, parents using Instagram's parental supervision tools will be prompted to approve or deny teenagers' requests to change their default safety and privacy settings to a less strict state rather than just being notified of the change. They actually have the ability to. This, last summer, this raised a lot of concern with the U.S. Surgeon General raising red flags with social media use in teenagers because 95% of teenagers, almost all teenagers, use some form of social media. We know that. 1 in 3, almost constantly. They're always on the phone. But I said this morning, and I think, I don't know if you guys would agree, it starts with the parents. Right? I mean, because we're just scrolling.
It definitely does, but there are gimmicks, and we all know it, to keep you online. And while we may be able to turn the phone and put it down, I think young people who are not as aware to it cannot.
But can they? Because I see even adults that have a hard time. So then try to factor that in to having an adolescent mind. That's really tough.
We just need to be more aware. This brand new technology, we just threw it into children's hands and didn't pay any attention to what it does or what it doesn't do. So now hopefully we'll start paying attention.
Some barriers to the ease and the access that strangers have to these children, that is essential.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a good move. Glad to see it happening now on the local level as well.